Are you willing to look like a fucking fool for the things that you say you want? Are you willing to look ridiculous to other people? Are you willing to not make sense to the people around you? Because sometimes that's exactly what the life you want requires. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm on a mission to not give a fuck as much as possible about what other people might think, what other people might say. I'm on a mission to not give a fuck about the fears that might come up, the doubts that might come up for me. And what I recognize, right, in this last week that I've just had is everything that I want is on the other side of discomfort. And here's the thing about the discomfort. The discomfort isn't even real. The discomfort is just it's a story in my mind. It's a story in my body. It's not real. And when you can overcome the fear that's not real, the doubt that isn't true, the feelings that aren't fact, when you can overcome those things, that is what's going to take you closer to the life that you want. Your dream life, it doesn't exist yet only because the version of you who creates it doesn't exist yet. Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to The Big Bloom. My name is Juditha, and this is my podcast. I'm your mindset coach, and I'm your dream life advocate. And on here, you already know what we talk about. We talk about your dreams, your goals, your fears, your insecurities, all the things that matter internally when you're trying to change your external reality. Let's get right into today's episode. I want to talk about what your dream life will cost you. And it's very simple. It's going to cost you your comfort. Call yourself out about the things that you can do that are uncomfortable, but you've been avoiding. And for me, I have a list. One of the things is going live on social media. The other thing is like coming on camera and like not giving a fuck and not thinking about how I'm going to be perceived and just showing up as myself, saying certain things, talking about my business. I low-key have a fear of being seen trying because I don't want to be seen failing. So all these things have, in a way, limited the way I've been showing up, even though like outwardly it seems like I'm confident. It seems like I'm showing up 1000% authentically. And I try my best to. That's always my intention. But unintentionally, I slip into this performance, and I think it makes recording even harder. It makes doing things even harder, creating content even harder, starting a video even harder, because I'm like, what's the perfect way to say this? What's the right way that's going to say this? How can I come across, how can I express myself without being disagreed with? Or how can I not be so absolute in my points? But that's not fair to me. It's not fair to who I really am. And I'm going off on a tangent here, but this is where this topic is born from. It's born from the idea that I have to be willing to get really fucking uncomfortable. And I am. At this point in my life, at this point in my journey, I am. I'm willing to. And that is so scary for me to admit, because I feel like the universe is going to, and this is going to sound so funny, but I feel like the universe is going to see my intention and take it serious, right? That means I'm going to be put in situations and in experiences where I have to choose discomfort over comfort. I have to choose the unfamiliar over the familiar. And my brain, our brains as humans, it's completely wired to go against that. Your brain doesn't give a fuck that you want to be successful, that you want to be confident, that you're growing resilience, that you're evolving and transforming. Your brain doesn't care. Your brain is simply like, why are you trying to do different things? Like, who the hell do you think you are? We ain't never been this person before. So my brain is going to reject it, right? I'm going to find a million reasons why I can't go live. I'm going to find a million reasons why I can't speak proudly about what I do to the people around me, to the people in my real life. Like, I'm going to find a reason to always escape being uncomfortable, because that's what your brain is doing. It thinks it's protecting you. But the cost of your dreams, the cost of the things you want, it's going to be your comfort. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You have to be willing to be misunderstood. You have to be willing to stand 10 toes down on things that some people might never understand, right? You have to be willing to see a reality that no one else can see, that no one else believes in. That is what your dream life costs you. And I don't know about you, but at the end of 6 months, right? Because that's the time frame I'm giving myself. I want to be able to set my future self up with the tools that she needs to run the business that I imagine running, to the capacity that I imagine running it, right? Because creating your dream life, creating a successful business, getting financial freedom, it's all a matter of how much can you manage your mind? Because those that can manage their mind, those are the ones that are successful, right? The ones that can't, those are the ones that quit. Those are the ones that are settling for a life that they know they don't want. Those are the ones that are like, that's not possible, right? It's the people in your family that don't understand you. It's the people that have never dreamed as big as you. They don't know how to manage their minds. So Prepare for discomfort. How do you prepare for discomfort? You tell yourself ahead of time, this is what it takes. You tell yourself ahead of time, my brain is going to do what brains do. My brain is going to doubt. My brain is going to offer me fears. Prepare for it. That was the best thing I could ever do for myself. I prepare for the discomfort. Tell yourself ahead of time that it's going to happen. And I want you to think about it like this. If you commute to work, right? And on your way home, 9 times out of 10, you run into 5 o'clock traffic. And when you run into 5 o'clock traffic, at this point, if you've been doing it for a while, you're going to become used to it, to the point where it's annoying, but it's not something that you're going to have a reaction to. You're not going to get pissed off every time, because it's like, this is what happens. I plan for it. After work, I know I'm going to have 5 o'clock traffic. I know it's going to take me a little longer to get home. And that's how you have to start positioning your fears and your doubts and your insecurities and the stuff that make you feel less confident and all the things that make you uncomfortable. Start looking at it as, this is a normal part of the process. It's a part of the process. This is what it takes to be successful. If I don't go through these things, if I don't endure the discomfort, I will never be that woman who is speaking on stages internationally. I will never be that woman who is creating content and getting paid for her content for a living. I will never be that woman who has financial freedom if I'm not willing to sit in that discomfort now, if I'm not willing to get used to it now. And that doesn't mean that when you have a bad day, when you have a bad week, that you give up. It doesn't mean that you have failed. It means that you're human. So it's like, after you have that bad week, after you have that bad day, what are you going to do next? How are you bouncing back? What is the plan? How are you willing to keep getting uncomfortable anyways? That's what's going to make you successful. That's what's going to make you a winner. Okay? So get really fucking uncomfortable. That is the cost of your dreams. Can you sit in the discomfort? Because I promise you, it will be worth it. And that's something you have to ask yourself. If I can sit in this anxiety, if I can sit in this feeling of cringe, if I can sit in the feeling of being seen, of being afraid, of thinking I might fail, if I can sit in all that, would it be worth it if in the end I'm living the life that I say I want? Would it be worth it if I'm experiencing the love that I say I want? If I'm experiencing the financial abundance that I say I want? If I'm experiencing friendships that I say I want? Will the discomfort that I feel now be worth it? And that's really the question that you're answering every day with the actions you either take or don't take. It's like you're actually weighing on a scale how much your dream life is worth. And the more uncomfortable that you're willing to become to get it, that's signaling to your brain, I'm willing to fucking do this. Like, I don't care how much excuses you come up with. I don't care how much I have to change. I don't care how uncomfortable I have to get. This is the life I want, and I am not stopping until I get there, period. Okay? So that's it for today. It was short and sweet. I really just wanted to remind you guys that the discomfort, the fear, the uncertainty, that's all a part of the journey, okay? If you want help with this, join my community. If you're watching on the podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to leave the link in the description box. If you're listening on the podcast, I'm going to leave it in the show notes. Feel free to join, and I will see you guys on the next episode.